Bine v-am găsit la o nouă seară, dar că aceasta este o seară specială din cauza că este vara și foarte mulți mă bucur că ați reușit să veniți. Așa, seara asta avem niște invitați foarte speciali din Olanda. Sunt niște studenți, 23 mai exact la număr, care au construit o motocicletă electrică de care o să ne vorbească mai pe larg unul dintre ei. Și cu ocazia asta vrem să le mulțumim că au ajuns, chiar dacă au trecut o zi de la planificarea inițială. Au întâlnit niște probleme la Viena de care o să ne vorbească ei mai pe larg. Da, acum le dau cuvântul. Mulțumim!
Thank you very much. I think I just got an introduction. I have no idea, but I think so. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for listening to us. Because we are STORM Eindhoven, and you may have seen our bike already. But well, what we are doing, we are riding around the world within 80 days on the first electric touring motorcycle. So that's the motorcycle you saw outside, and that's what we're doing. We're now on day 3, if I'm not mistaken, in our tour. So day 3 out of 80. And we're now here. So, but let's look at where we come from. You may be interested in that. Well, we come from the Netherlands. You know, the country where Amsterdam is actually. So, I think you will know, but I expect people farther away not to know so. Well, we come from the Netherlands, and well, it's more than just tulips and windmills, where you may be familiar with. More specifically, we come from the University in Eindhoven, the University of Technologie. And here in the city you have a great university, and actually there are many more students here than we have in Eindhoven, I heard. We have about 10,000, while you'll have about 30, I believe. So that's where we come from. And what I really like about our university and the region is the projects that we have. And that's also what we're one of. So students working together with companies on all kinds of different projects, and especially all of these projects start with a challenge, and we have a challenge also. Well, our challenge is to ride around the world in 80 days without the use of fossil fuels. A bit of Jules Verne inspired. He once traveled around the world, which was unique by the time, but we now want to show that it can be done without the use of fossil fuels. So that's what we're doing, and we're a team of 23 students. We're now with about 10 of us here. The others are doing some recharging and all that stuff in the dormitory where we sleep. So these are our students, all from different disciplines. I think also some from. Do we have some from architecture? I mean, the most of you are from architecture, right? Yeah. We don't have a student from architecture, sorry. Anyway, we are from almost all disciplines in our team, and well, all of us have actually, that's what I really like, have our own dreams, our own reasons to be involved with such a project. I mean, it differs from creating a vehicle to riding a motorcycle to doing something for the environment. And well, that last thing is what I would like to emphasize. Because what we're doing, we're riding an electric motorcycle and not without a reason. What we see in many cities actually is that there is a lot of pollution. So we see a lot of cities with smog full of dirty air where the people cannot get outside. And for a large part that's caused often by transportation. So, yeah, well, you see this is China. We're also going to visit China, and we have checked what the text means on their mountains. It's some kind of an organization. We just figured out it's some kind of organization for you. It's not, they're not saying that they hate us or something, so that's good. Well, what we think that electric mobility, on the other hand, may be a solution for this. So electric vehicles without any local emissions, so no gases coming out of the exhaust. And all what is in a future system where you can generate electricity renewable with windmills and solar panels. You also have to be able to use it in a renewable way, and that's why we believe that electric mobility is a solution for the problem I just described. Well, that's why we are now riding around the world within 80 days, showing how cool it is how cool it is to ride an electric vehicle, to drive electric, and that it works. The electric mobility is ready and that it works now. So no reason to buy a new gasoline car. That's what we want to show. For that, we needed to build a motorcycle, a special motorcycle. So it was the challenge. Build a motorcycle with a long range. Build a motorcycle that's comfortable enough to ride for 80 days long, completely around the world. And make sure that the motorcycle can, well, get around the world in 80 days. So have it re-energized quickly. And that's what we started with 2 years ago. So here you see some of us a lot younger by then, a bit naive. We had no idea what we were starting, and we just came out of our lectures and no experience whatsoever with these kind of projects. Well, we just began. We created the first design for our motorcycle, and we came to the conclusion that we wanted something real. So we made something real, and it was from foam. So we made a foam model to show. Which was very nice at the time, but we moved on to our prototype, and it was called STORM Pulse, the first one, single pulse, our prototype. And with this prototype, we went to all kind of events, we showed it to a lot of media, but it was not the required motorcycle. This was not the motorcycle that we could ride around the world. So that is why we have created our real motorcycle, STORM Wave. And STORM Wave is the motorcycle standing right outside here. And STORM Wave is what we're very proud of to show. Well, this is what we call the first electric touring motorcycle. So this motorcycle can ride up to 400 kilometers on a single charge, which is unique for an electric motorcycle. Most of them go about 100. And it's comfortable enough to ride around the world in 80 days. And the main innovation actually in this motorcycle is the battery pack. So what you see here is the naked version of the bike. And you see here all these different compartments. We call them cartridges. Cartridges that together form the battery pack. And each of these cartridges can be taken out separately and swapped. So when we are riding around the world, we're just when our batteries are empty, we stop and we change the battery so that we can continue quickly. And at the end of the day, we recharge all these batteries, like we're doing now, from the power from you in Timisoara. So, what's also very handy with this is that we can leave some of these batteries at home. So as you can see, the motorbike can be adapted to different circumstances, can be made lighter, where you don't need the full range and don't want the full weight. So we have it actually here now with half a battery pack. It was easier to ride. So, a motorbike with 400 kilometers of electric range. And well, the batteries, we're proud of them. We have designed them by ourselves, like the entire motorcycle actually, but the batteries specifically are interesting. We bought the cells, but everything around it is our own design. So that's what we have. I'm glad we have some electrical engineers because I think it's really complicated what's in here, but it works. And we also have some kind of, we have some special suspension. So well, the Hashtag suspension, it's making sure the vibrations don't get into the motor rider's hands, but go through the bike. So this is one of the parts to make the bike more comfortable. And also, what I think is important is that we have it connected to the internet. So you may have noticed already, with our bike, you can follow via the internet. And I know that you have done so. So we have it connected to the internet. Well, and that's combined with performance. So an electric vehicle has a unique performance because it accelerates so quickly. So our motorcycle does so too. In about 5 seconds you are at 100 kilometers an hour. And we have designed a special gearbox for that as well. But actually, all of this is just a means. We want to show our motorcycle to the world, and especially to young people, like you see in here. Actually, they were just standing in the way when we were trying to make a normal picture of our motorcycle. But afterwards it turned out to be nice. Well, we want to show our motorcycle to the world. And that is why we are now on STORM World Tour. Around the world in 80 days. As the ultimate proof of concept, not only for our motorcycle, but also for electric mobility in general. And also, well, wait, this is the route, by the way. So we're now about at the third pinpoint, a bit further. So we're going from Eindhoven in the Netherlands all the way through Europe to Turkey, through Central Asia, so countries like Iran, Kazakhstan, and then to China, and through the entire US. It's about 23,000 kilometers in total, and all of this within 80 days from home to home. And each day it starts with charging our batteries locally, like we're doing now. And this can be a challenge, as you may see from the picture that we once took in Central Asia. Well, we charge each day as some kind of a company, an individual, or together with a university like we're doing now. And that is where it all starts, to make people experience electromobility. Let them feel the bike, let them see the bike riding, and really bring it to the people. Well, we bring it to university as well, and I think you are already in a university that is familiar with some kind of these concepts. But when we come to Central Asia, like two of our team members have there been before, so this is in, I believe, Kazakhstan, and there they haven't seen anything like this. So it's really unique that we bring this experience also to them. 36 universities in total we're visiting. We have our own public event. So this, what you see behind me, is our start event. Just a few days ago, we got this square in Eindhoven full with people who wanted to see us getting started with our 80-day challenge. And with that, we want to reach the local press. So also, I hope that here afterwards we get some people inspired to well, tell our story and explain it further. That's what we want to reach with what we're doing. And what we want to tell there is also about the adventure of going through 16 different countries all over the world with circumstances we're unfamiliar with. And that is, I think, unique about this project. And we film everything. Well, you see Brian there. He's making some videos as well now, but we're documenting everything. So we make sure that people at home can see what we're doing here, that people all over the world can see what we're doing, and they can see it while they follow us. So I already explained that our bike is connected well. You can follow us live, you can see where we are via our website. So stormeindhoven.com, just to make sure. Well, you can follow us live, see where we are and see how we're doing, and that's how we want to get people involved with our project. And the people who have followed us already, they have seen that we started in Eindhoven, they have seen that we had a full square of people, and they have seen that we started quite well. But what they've also seen is that we had trouble. Well, technical trouble. So our motorcycle on day one already, we had the first problem. So one of the electric parts that we had, it broke down, and we were in Munich in Germany, and it took us the full night to get our motorbike back on running. And actually, the next day we were back on the road. Well, that's what we're doing it for. And sadly, one day later we had another problem. So we stayed 2 days in Vienna, which is also why we are 1 day later here than we had expected and planned. So sorry for those of you who came especially today. Well, we had problems again in Vienna, but now we have solved them. So now we are here. And that is what STORM World Tour is. In 80 days around the world, the ultimate challenge, ultimate proof of concept, showing that e-mobility works. Thank you very much. Motorcycle still outside, so afterwards please go outside and take a look at it. And I think in not sure, somewhere this evening we will also give a short demonstration on the road that's beside here. And if you have any questions, you may ask them now, or otherwise to one of our team members later. I see a question there.
Test ride?
Sorry?
Can we test ride it?
Well, maybe after we finished our world tour, and when we come back, maybe. Yeah.
You were many people on the team.
Yeah.
Each of them invested a lot of time in this project. Did you have any evidence? I mean, regarding as a usual week of work day, how much did you invest inside this project?
Ooh, difficult to say. Well, what's easy to say is that each of the team members invested about 2 years in the project. So we said in advance, we said, well, 1 year next to our studies and 1 year instead of studying. I think it turned out into 4 years of work, into 2 years of time. So yeah, it was quite a lot of work in it. And what is unique, I think, is that we don't get credits for it whatsoever. We don't get we don't get paid for it, sadly. So it's all investing and all for this single tour that we're having now. So yeah, that's the proof we have.
You had also universities.
Yeah, of course. The university is really, I would say, proud of projects like these. We also have, for example, the solar car. You may be familiar with it too. So the university is really supporting us in this project, but sadly not with credits.
I'm guessing that you estimated the lifetime of a battery of one module. How much do you expect one battery to have a life?
Yeah, difficult to say. So the question is what lifetime do you expect from the batteries?
Yeah.
Well, difficult to say. We use the same cells actually as are used in a Tesla. So the cells are.
Car.
Sorry.
The car. Tesla.
Yeah, the Tesla car. Yeah. So the batteries are great. I think they will last for in the motorcycle for about 300,000 kilometers or something. I think that's what we've estimated. While the average lifetime for a motorcycle is about 70,000 in the Netherlands at least. So that works. But of course we have to see how our bike holds up. Right? That's also part of this challenge. So let's see how it is after 23,000 kilometers. But yeah.
If the motorbike would be mass produced, what would be the estimate price?
Okay, so the estimate, yeah, okay. The estimate price of our motorcycle. Well, I can tell you that this specific one, Storm Wave, is it's not to be expressed in numbers. Since we have only produced two actually, we have two of them. I didn't tell you that. But yeah, if you would mass produce it, it would be cheaper than we have done now. But we're not in that stage yet, so we have to see after this tour what we're going to do with mass production, whatever. We have no idea on that yet. So difficult to say. I hope we will get it down, and I hope also that we inspire with our story others to work on projects like these to get the costs of electric vehicles down in general.
Do you have any numbers like total investments in collaborators or materials?
Okay, numbers. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, money, time. Okay, 23 students, 2 years, 150 business partners. So large partners that invest. Both financial, so some money in our project, but more importantly help, so development, support in what kind of type then. So numbers and like the total budget, too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Is the technology going to be available open source after the project is finished?
Well, the technology we use, especially the batteries, we see a lot of people interested in how we have the modular batteries, so the swappable batteries, the separate parts. And we have to see after this tour what we're going to do with it. And we see a lot of people also interested in using this concept for other applications than a motorbike, a boat, a car, whatsoever. So we're really happy to encourage these kind of developments, and after the tour we can see how we can help.
One of you is riding the bike. How about the others?
Well, actually, 3 of us are riding the bike.
Oh, 3.
So we have 3 riders, and they switch roles. The others are supporting the bike. So as you saw, the bike broke down. So we have a lot of technicians who develop the bike with us to fix it when it's broken down. We have people present at events like these, so explaining the story to those interested. And otherwise we have a lot of going on the logistics part, on the planning part, making sure that we can get around the world within 80 days, because that's a challenge on itself.
So the others are coming by car?
Yeah.
Okay.
And sadly, those cars are still not electric.
Yeah.
No, I know. So sadly it is not. But we hope with showing this electric vehicle that we inspire enough people to compensate for our vehicles. Yeah. Yeah.
Were the presentations part of a deal you had to cut with your supporters and sponsors?
We have done quite a lot of presentations and events with our sponsors, so because they like to have us somewhere. But the presentations we're doing now is really about what we want to do ourselves. So it's really about us explaining our message, telling our message, and that's what we're doing. So we're not here because our partners or our sponsors want us to be here. No, it's really because we want to. Yeah?
Plans after reaching your goals?
Sorry?
Do you have any plans as a team after reaching your goal?
No, we will have to see what we do then. I mean, we could go for another challenge. We could set up a new team, whatsoever. We could use technology for something. But we have to figure that out after we have completed this challenge. Then the next. Yeah.
Are you crossing the oceans by plane?
Yeah, we are.
How are you carrying the motorcycle? Is it okay with inside the airplane? Or?
Yeah, well, it's interesting that you ask. Some of you may know that batteries in a plane don't go together so well. So we actually have a plan which combines both a plane and a boat to get the batteries overseas. So that's part of the large logistics planning that's around all this, and also quite challenging. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah.
I know the body of the motorcycle is 3D printed.
Sorry?
The body of the motorcycle is 3D printed.
Yeah, true. So this motorcycle we have really built it up from scratch. So everything from the frame to the batteries, it's all our own work, and that really led us to using strange methods sometimes for producing. So also the bodywork turned out to be 3D printed. We didn't want it to be at first like that, but the producer thought it was the only possible way. So the bodywork is actually 3D printed. So yeah, that's fun actually. The new technology which is used in that sense, although you don't see that it is made in this way. Yeah.
What material was used for the shell?
Yeah, it's some kind of plastic. I'm not familiar with it. Yeah, some kind of plastic. Sorry.
I also wanted to ask, what kind of technical difficulties are you expecting to see on the road? For instance, like the one in Vienna, what happened?
Yeah, so difficulties, I mean, it's an electric motorcycle, so many of the difficulties we have are with the electric circuit. Like we had at first, so the inverter, the piece that makes from the direct current from the batteries, the alternating current for the motor, that piece broke down. So that's I think, and then most of the problems we expect to be in the electric circuit, because that's also where, well, the new things are built in. So the batteries are new, the way in which we implement this is new. So that's why we expect most problems there. Yeah.
Are you expecting any kind of political problem? Let's say the Middle East, for example.
Well, what's really funny, political, like we have, for example, Turkey. We were stressing a bit about Turkey a few weeks ago. And, well, it seems to be okay now to cross it at least. But what we see actually with a lot of the often closed countries like Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan, that they have really embraced our project. So they really have now from high up, so ministries of economic affairs, education, whatsoever, they have written letters to universities to support us. So we, in the end, we got letters from the universities asking us, hey, why don't you come charge at our university? So really the other way around, and it's completely not what you would have expected. We also had the ambassadors of the Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan embassies in the Netherlands. We had them at our start event, and they wanted to speak with everybody who was important there. That was really funny. So we really get the support also from these stranger countries. Yeah, that's really great. Yeah.
During the development and now during the presentations, have you as individuals or as a team project had received any interest from like big players, like I don't know, say Tesla or Koenigsegg, or people that invest a lot of money in development, like wanting to hire you or to invest in your projects or to become partners at some point?
Yeah. Yeah. After our first television appearance, we got a call. Hey, we want to sponsor you more. We want to be on the motorbike. And so we get a lot of, well, now that we are larger, so to say, and that people know us more, we got a lot of people asking us to come work for them, especially the companies that we have worked together with, which is fun. So we have worked together on some kind of electrical circuit or something like that, and they're now asking us, wait, well, after this project, maybe you could come work with us. So we see a lot of interest in us as students in the team, and of course the partners you see on the motorbike and the website with 150 in total. So we attract a lot of attention now. So, but that's also what we need. I mean, such a project with only students at the university is impossible. So we really need all those companies and also quite a lot of government organizations as well to be involved with the project.
But to continue this idea, the sponsorships and the partnerships you establish were through the university or directly?
Yeah, directly. So all the sponsorships we've made is directly with our team and with the organization company involved. So it's we are a student team. We are from the university, but all our contacts are like directly to us.
But they made the payment to the university?
No. Also the payments, everything is directly from those partners to us. So we are of course we're really closely connected to the university, and we are a student team from our university, but we're really our own group with our own ideas and our own participations and collaborations.
Do you have like an NGO which works with the money? How can they direct the money through you as a team? Legally?
Well, so if I understand you correctly, how would a company or an organization work with us so in a way that is legally okay?
Yeah, I mean,
what is your actual status?
Association?
Oh yeah, well, what's it called in? We are
Foundation.
Sorry?
Foundation.
A foundation. We're a foundation. Yeah. So that's our legal status. Yeah.
I know it's a proof of concept, but have you estimated how much mileage do we get? How much does it cost 100 miles, for example, or 100 kilometers?
No, and especially not because we don't know the exact costs of producing more of these.
I would have a question.
Yeah.
How did the university or faculty prepare you for this? Did you get all your knowledge from the university or by individual study?
Okay, yeah, so how did the university prepare our student team for this?
Yes.
Well, I think the university has served as a platform. So they gave us all the opportunities. They gave us a building on the campus to work with. They gave us some budget. They gave us all the knowledge that we needed. But in the end, it is really our own work and our own trainings that we got, and actually so a bit of learning by doing. As you saw, we started with no idea what we're doing. So really, it's the process of learning is what we've done ourselves, with support of the university, but not like the direct training and direct, making ready for them. Yeah? Okay, well, thank you very much, thank you all very much. And please have a look at our motorcycle outside when you have your next beer ready. Thank you very much.